it's a Wendy, aka Kitty Street. Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, I'm going to be talking about a new store. Well, at least it's new to me in my area. I have never actually been able to walk in a place like this. This is a Chinese store that has been around and it's in a lot of places, but it just came to my area. And I'm going to talk about how I found out about it in just a moment. So on that note, don't forget to like, share, comment. I hope everybody is doing a fantastic. Thank you for checking out the video today. And if you're new and you're just stopping by for the first time, hello. And don't forget to click that subscribe bell on the way out because there's so many more videos like this to come. So let's talk about Miniso, which that's not how you pronounce it. Just by me looking at it with my southern twang, I just want to call it Miniso. Miniso, I don't know. But I actually did Google it and I did watch a few snippets of some other YouTubers talking about this place. And when I Googled it and the pronunciation, it sounds nothing like my English interpretation. It's Meso. So take it however you want to, whether you call it Miniso or you call it Meso. This place is blowing my mind. Now, you might have, if you've been following for a little bit of any time at all, you know I do have a soft place in my heart for all things Harry Potter. So I went and broke out my background of the Hogwarts Castle background. I also popped on my Harry Potter dress because lordy, how mercy. I am so glad that I did not say no when I got invited to the mall. That's right, guys. I haven't been to the mall it's been a while. I mean, I don't think it's been a whole full year, but I don't go to the mall for several reasons. Number one is every time I go to the mall, I always want to get an American cookie. And if you don't know what the American cookie store is, a restaurant, look it up because it's delicious. And I always want to get those double doozy, the cookies with the cream in the middle that's mashed together. And I can't have that right now because I'm trying so hard to have some self-control going into the season of what I call eating for me anyway. But I digress. So how it happened was my sister, she was like, hey, we're about to go to the mall. You know, do you want to come? And I'm like, no. And the reason why I don't care for the mall is number one, they don't have shopping carts. I mean, you have to walk and anything you buy, you have to carry it. And that gets obnoxious, like for a shopper like me, because every store I go into, if I go into Victoria's Secrets, if I go into Bath and Body Works, if I go into the bookstore, if I go into Claire's, if I go into, the shoe stores or whatever, there's Spencer's, there's all different types of new stores popping up in the malls all the time. And the bags, they just keep piling on. And no one's going to walk back to the car to store bags and walk back in, at least not in my opinion. So that's kind of a turn off for me, and that's why I usually don't go. And also it's, more to my opinion, geared to younger crowds, the younger generation, which is fine. There's a lot of older people that go to the mall. I'm not knocking that. I used to go to the mall and walk a mile around in the mall before I would go to work years ago. So I do know people, go to the mall for different things. But I had not been probably well over a year. And when we walk into the mall, of course, you walk in, there's this big carousel going on. And I'm like, wow, I knew there was a carousel in there. And I thought, I'm going to have to remember to bring my grandson back and let him get on the carousel, which he's now turned 4. He'll love that. But you go into a food court, and of course we had to stop and eat. And we got some, wings and some wraps and stuff like that because it was me and my mom and my sister and her son, her oldest son, her only son. It was his birthday or something, and she was wanting to go to one of these little stores in the mall that has the international candy and snacks and stuff. So we ate, we went into that store, and I was like, I'm gonna let them look in there because I don't need any snacky stuff or sweets. So I walked across to Claire's. You guys remember Claire's with all the jewelry? what doggone happened? I remember you used to go into Claire's and you could find some stuff for under $10. I mean, everything in there was $19.99 on up, and I'm not lying. I was like, what happened to the prices here? Everything's just gone crazy. So I see my mom and my sister and my nephew walking past the window, and they're like, we're going to the restroom. And I'm like, okay. So I come out of Claire's, after I'm not, going to pay $19.99 for this stuff. I'm not going to do it. But it was cute to look in it. It was a throwback to me in my, younger days. So I left and walked over towards the restroom. And as, everybody was, coming out, I went to the restroom myself. And when we were coming out, we just decided to go ahead and look at some different stores. And oh my goodness. I'm going to pop in here what the first part of it when I walked in. Actually, I did this when I left the store. I should have done it when I went in, but I had no clue what I was walking into. But Miniso has got a lot of different fan fiction. There's some fan fiction for everybody in that store. And I mean, from Hello Kitty to, Warner Brothers with the Bugs Bunny to, all the anime you could even dream up in your life. They have it and so much more. They even had a little section of international snacks and candies around the corner. But what blew my mind, and I'm a sucker for anything that's going to tell me a percentage off, right? Any kind of clearance, and then if it's a fan fiction thing to boot, all I got to say is 70% off. I don't know if I'm going to put it in here, but I'm going to put in the next section of a video, which I did not even realize that around the back. Maybe I should let you watch the video first, and then I'll come back and tell you what I'm about to say. So here is what blew my mind and the haul that's going to be targeted around tonight. So in this video, I walk up and I see I see a couple of people. I see a grown man. I mean, he was about my age or maybe even older. I saw several kids with their parent. I'm assuming it was their parent, their mother. And they were walking around, looking at this Harry Potter 70% off. I didn't even see that at the beginning. I just saw the red thing. I wasn't even, I was trying not to be in their way because it was like this section, but I beeline to the Harry Potter because I'm like, okay, well, I don't know nothing about this store. I really didn't even want to come here to the mall and even, look at this place, but here I am. Let me check it out. And I start looking down this section of aisle, and then there's some end caps. What I didn't know is that around the back of it and the whole back of the store aisle was Harry Potter stuff coming out of all kinds of Harry Potter items. And you didn't see that part of it, and I didn't know either. And I'm going to tell you what happened. So I thought it was just that one front part of an aisle and the end cap. So I don't even know what I got there. But when I realized, when I went up to the front, I saw some people with some stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, it's on the back wall. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's some more. So I actually went and purchased a few items, and I wasn't in the market to be spending a lot of money right at that moment, but I did because, honey, it was so worth it. I purchased something, and then I went back to the back wall and looked again, and I purchased some more stuff. And I will be going back probably very, very soon and getting whatever's left. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So on the first purchase, and I'll get here and show you the stuff here in a moment, 70% off. They give you one free bag. So I'm going to talk about something here in a moment. And this is what the receipts look like. They're real, kind of thin. So on my first receipt, it doesn't have a bag charge. But on the second one, it shows here 50 cents for a large paper bag. And I was like, they didn't give me an extra bag. they just put all the stuff in that bag. So I don't know if they just had to charge it to me or not. But I will have to tell you that you do get your first bag free, is what they said on your first purchase. And then if you sign up, which of course I did, with you know, your email, I think it was very simple. It took like 2 minutes to sign up. You get points. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's talk about, I don't even know, I'm not going to put this in order of how I did. I'm just going to show you the stuff that I got. So I guess I should go ahead and tell you this now. So I purchased in the first, guys, I want to talk about what happened with, because I have 2 receipts here, as you can see. So what happened, I went in and I was looking down this one aisle. I picked out some items and I said, well, let me go up, you know, before I even look around the rest of the store, let me go up and make sure this is 70% off. And I wasn't quite sure, so I just got a few little things. And I spent on the first one, and I'm just going to show you everything together. I don't know what I got first or the second time, because I did go back. I did go back and then did a second purchase. But on the first purchase, it said that you get 1 large paper bag for free, but I see 50 cents on here, so I don't know if they deducted that off or not, but I'm not mad because my total was $66.41 with 70% off, which was $41.44 that they took off. There was $2 in taxes, which totaled my first time at the first checkout. This sounds off. This sounds crazy, right? Was $26.97. Then I happened to see some things in the other people's carts, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even see that. I said, you guys must have got that, and they didn't have it anymore. And they said, oh, no, that's on the back wall. So what I'm getting at is it wasn't just that one that I filmed area that was 70% off. It was on the back of that shelf, and the whole wall behind there was all Harry Potter stuff. They had slides, you know, the shoes, they had pajamas, they had clothing, they had hats, they had wands, they had everything you could think of and more. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to go back, and on the second one, I did not get charged. And I don't know if, you know, they charge you by every purchase or whatever. I didn't get charged 50 cents for a bag. However, because I had signed up with the points, I had racked up 72 points on the first receipt, and again, another 60 points on the second one. And anyhow, why I'm telling you all this stuff is, guys, I'm glad I went back, because those points you could use immediately. What store lets you do that? Most of them make you wait, you know, forever to come back and you forget. So they were able to give me a discount of $3. So the second time I went around the block, I got, I spent $67. The subtotal was $67.92. And the discount was $57.92. And this one had a dollar tax, and it wound up being a total of $14. So I spent $26 and $14. So I spent, you know, close to 40 bucks. But oh my goodness, I cannot wait to show you what I got. And it's just so many things. And I'm going to have to go a lot on memory here. I'll try to keep these together. But you can even return stuff if you want to. They got a whole, you know, slew about what you want to do. But I'm not returning anything. I actually want to go back and buy more. But, you know, you have to be, you know, you have to pace yourself, right? That's what I was telling myself. So with all that said, guys, let's talk about what I got. That was a long-winded little story, but we have arrived to the items that I chose from the many, many, many Harry Potter items that I could have picked from. And let's just go through it, guys. So this was the very first thing that popped out to me. They had the Gryffindor hand towels. Look how vibrant this is. They had tons of them. They had the Hufflepuff house, the Slytherin house, and Ravenclaw. But my house is the Gryffindor. I had to have this, and I can't wait to put this in my future Harry Potter room at some point. $9.99, 70% off, which, you know, brought it around like $3 or so. They don't break it down on the receipts how they are, so I'm just going to have to go by my memory. But I know there's 2 items that I actually think were more than 70% off that I know made me go back to get the second one. So I also got a couple of these, you know, quirky little pins. Let's start off with this one right here. So one of my things that I, you know, is on my wish list is I want to get, you know, in the movies, Ron Weasley gets every year a sweater that his mother makes because they're really hard up for money. And she always makes a sweater around Christmas for the family, and she puts their initial on it. She even gives one to Harry Potter, and he has an H on his. But this is the Ron Weasley Christmas sweater with the big R on it, and I've always wanted my own Harry Potter sweater with a big W on it, or a K for kitty, however it comes. I want one, and I have yet to get my hands on one, but one day. But anyway, these were $9.99, and again, these came up to be like around $3. So that's a good discount, and I actually purchased a couple of them to give away as gifts to people who love Harry Potter as much as I do. Here is Hedwig, and they had other ones, but I was picking and choosing, and I knew that I couldn't break the bank on it, but this was also $9.99, so I picked up a couple of those. I thought they were, really, really fun. Now, another thing, which was the first thing I picked up, were these puzzles. And guys, I did pick each puzzle up. This one here is Harry. You can kind of see the Harry right here because it's going to tell you this puzzle. And I don't know how many pieces it is. Does it say 18-piece puzzle? So it probably kind of does like this image here. So I picked up the Harry Potter one. And then this one was the Ron. You see Ron right here. And they do tell you on the back here what all the characters you can find. And then I got the one that was Hermione. So I got the whole trio. Harry, Hermione, and Ron. The little puzzles. And these were $2.99 a piece, which means they were like 90 cents. Literally 90 cents. And I'm not probably, if I don't give these away in like a gift set to someone that loves Harry Potter, I don't know if I'll ever even put these together, but I had to have them, and the price was right? The price was right. Then I did grab some magnets. This one I absolutely adore. It was the Hogwarts Castle, but it's captured like in a different, look to it. This is mine. I got this for me. I just thought it was pretty neat. It just says fridge magnet. It was $5.99, 70% off. Loved it, loved it, loved it. This next one, I am going to keep one for myself, but I did pick up not one, not two, but three. And sorry for that glare. They're the Harry Potter magnets. And they were $4.99 a piece, and it's just a fridge magnet. But I love to pick up things like this as fillers on gifts, again, for the people who, love Harry Potter, that I can gift stuff throughout the year. Now, they had all the different houses, and if you don't know the houses, Gryffindor is like the Harry Potter house, and then you have the Hufflepuff, which is yellow. Then you have Ravenclaw, which is like a bluish, royal bluish color, and then Slytherin is green. So they had these little card holders in the different houses, and I picked up this one first because I didn't see these, because I didn't think there was any more. I just thought this was the only one. And this was Hufflepuff house, as you can kind of see right here. It even says it down here at the bottom, if you can see that. And it has their emblem. And then when I went back the second time around, I saw the different ones, but they had a ton of Gryffindor and a ton of Hufflepuff, but they didn't have the other houses. And so this one is Gryffindor, which is my house. And it's basically just something you could store your cards in. I thought they were pretty cool. These were $6.99 a piece, 70% off. And then I did grab this, I want to say it's like a sticker set, but I thought it was a luggage tag is what I thought it was. But then I got to looking at it later, and it's basically just a sticker set, which is fine. This was also $6.99. It has the Gryffindor stickers in it, and I don't want to look at them. I didn't even open these up in the store because, again, I thought this was a luggage tag. Not that I needed another Harry Potter luggage tag. I've got about 6 or 7 at this point. But, I just like the way this looked. But these stickers are really, really nice. Like this Gryffindor is like a 3D. Oh my gosh, I just saw something here. Okay, so this one's Gryffindor. And if you turn it that way, it kind of has that little, change. And then they do have the other houses. And look at this. Hufflepuff is really, really bright. And it's kind of changing there. Oh, and I know that's not the best there with that light. And this is Ravenclaw. There we go. There it's trying to change. There you can kind of see the raven. And then you see the diadem. I wonder what this one was. This is the Tri-Wizard. Okay, so you see the Hufflepuff, I mean the Tri-Wizard cup, and then it was changing there to the, oh, is it not going to do it for me? Okay, why not? But anyway, it changes into the Badger. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit there. And what did this one change to? I didn't even notice it. It was the sword of Gryffindor and the lion. You kind of see that there, or whatever it is. And then the last one here is the Slytherin. Oh my gosh, well worth it, well worth it. It's the snake, and what does it change into? You know, you can kind of see the snake, and then it changes into the little emblem there. Pretty nice. Oh, and then you got the, oh, and they're all reflective. Okay, so you got the Hogwarts London ticket, and then it goes into the 9 3/4. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. And here is Harry Potter's acceptance letter into the Harry Potter to Hogwarts school with a little stamp. And here, what is this one? I don't know. It's probably like the inside of the letter, maybe. That's very, very little wording. I can't hardly see it, but very, very, very little, tiny, tiny writing, but I like it. And then you have the Hogwarts sorting hat, and it's the sword. So basically, this is the sorting hat, and it has this, I'm going to say that's the sword of Gryffindor, if you can kind of see it there. These are very nice. Very, very nice, vibrant little stickers. I'm really, really glad I opened that up and saw it, because I probably would have set it to the side and didn't know it. Okay, so I did pick up another set of pens. These just were really, really nice. I'm keeping one of them, and I'm going to gift another one, but I went ahead and grabbed them. They open up in a little box that you can see it a little bit better. And you can kind of see it's like a rose gold looking color with the glitter. And I don't, what does it say here on it? It says just Harry Potter. It don't have anything specific on it. And the top of it, it just looks like, you know, it don't really say what it is on the top. It's just like the little, looks almost like a Gryffindor symbol, but I'm not 100% sure. But, oh, well, there we go. I guess it popped on out of there. What is this? Let me see. Let me see. Let me pop my readers on and see if this has some kind of special thing here on the top. I don't know. I don't see anything, but it does have the Harry Potter wording right here. It's very, very pretty. So I don't know what it is, but these were $12.99, 70% off of these, but they're very nice pens, and I'm definitely going to be gifting one of them out to another person and keeping one for myself. So I was looking at a lot of stuff, and I wanted so much more, and these are very, very nice. And they had plenty of them. I could have gotten more, but I cut it off at 2 because I want to show you these last 2 items. Now, this one here, so these last 2 items I want to talk about because I was, you know, not sure about the 70% off. I wanted to make sure, but when it rang up, I can't even believe it. I'll tell you at the end how much these rang up for and tell you what the original cost was. But this first item was probably close to one of my all-time best finds so far in 2025, and it's this set right here, which is the TWS earphones. And I am going to open these up because I want to, you know, let you see what I see. But I have wanted a pair of earbuds. Now, I don't like to spend a lot of money on earbuds because I lose them. I know a lot of people fall under that trap as well, but I definitely am bad about losing things like that. Okay, so what you get here, of course, it has the user manual. All that comes with it. And here is a USB cord. And you get these different gadgets, right? You're going to get the actual earbuds, which are right here. Let me pop one out and see how easy and functional they are. And they have an H on it, which is so cute. So it has the little back part with a speaker, and then it has the H there, if you can see it. And guys, I just, you know, I don't know. I got my Harry Potter earrings on as well. You know, you can stick it right in the ear place. It seems like it's going to be pretty functional. And then you have the actual pod holder. I'm thinking that's what this is, that you're going to store the earbuds in. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it has the Hogwarts 4 houses on them, if you can see that. And you just place the earbuds in there and get the other one, and it shuts down. Maybe it lays down here. Yep, they lay down. Let me put the other one in here. So you have the little carry-on, you know, the thing to carry them in when you're not. And I don't know if this is a chargeable one or not. I don't know, but I hope it is. But how cute is that? So you got that. And then you have this. So what is this? So maybe this is the charge one. Yeah, this is the one you're charging in. So you have the USB, and of course you're going to plug it in here. And do I have, let me see, this is going to go in that way. And I do have my cord right here. Let's see if I can wait, I got that plugged in because my phone's charging. Okay, here's the actual USB cord. So I'm going to try to go ahead and stick it in and see if it will work from the cord. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But you can charge it literally in the case. I'm thinking. We're about to find out. I'm so happy here. So nothing came on, so I don't know if it's, you know, lights up or what. I'll have to look. Oh, here we go. We got a little button here. Is that a button? That's just the opening thing. Okay, so it might be because I got it in a cordless thing, and sometimes that don't always work. Actually got up and went. You can really kind of see it. It's a little bit in there, but it's because I got it. It's on a cordless thing, but it actually turns orange in the charging thing, which I'm so glad, but it's not going to show it because I got it on this cordless thing. But this is the charging hub for them, and it has a little carry-on little container that you can stick the charger in, the charging case in. Oh my gosh. And when I tell you the price of this, I'm just blown away. And this was the last one. There was no more on the shelf, and I can understand why. If these, you know, I don't know if they're going to, you know, have the best you know, service or not, because again, I've never, you know, had these two particular ones, but I'm hoping that they're, you know, worth the price that I paid for them. Guys, these were $34.99 originally, and it rang up for $5. And I think that's a lot less than 70% in my opinion. I don't know, do the math, but you know, it's just the fact that it's the Harry Potter ones. And I've always wanted some of them, and I just didn't want to pay them. And let's see how long I can hold on to these. Maybe because they have a little carrying case, I might can keep up with them. And if I don't keep up with it, I won't feel terrible because I spent $5 on it, right? And then the next item that I want to show you that also was a winter chicken dinner was this Harry Potter, and this is very, very weighty, Harry Potter speaker. Guys, Harry Potter speaker. Again, I just was blown away. A wireless speaker, and it also was a $34.99, I think. Yeah, it was $34.99, and it rang up for $5. And I mean, they had, you know, maybe 4 or 5 more of these. And at that time, I wasn't, you know, thinking, but, you know, you can't find a wireless speaker for $5 pretty much anywhere. I mean, you can, but you know, it's rare that you find them with the Harry Potter stuff. So let me take this out and show you what it is, guys. And you know, if you hung in to the video to this point, I know I've got a, you know, a hard start going with it because I just like to explain, you know, why I do the things that I do, why I purchase the things that I purchase. And anybody that, you know, has any sense at all, when you see something that you really like and you're going to eventually want it anyway, especially if you're getting it for gifts and things like that, at 70% off, it was a no-brainer. Yes, worth it. I should have picked up at least a couple more. These would be fantastic gifts. And let me show you this, guys. It is so nice, and it is so heavy, and it almost is kind of like the little Quidditch thing. Has the emblem, the whole speaker set, the bottom base here. Let me see what's here at the bottom. And, you know, you have your USB. It's kind of like a soft, velvety touch there. And it can kind of sit on a little thing. Oh, my gosh. And then at the bottom, it does have, I'm believing that's probably the USB cord. something else down here. $5, guys, $5. And I am so glad that I went to the mall. I'm so glad. Yeah, it has like the base and the USB charger here and the little suction thing where you can probably stick it on something and it will, you know, stick. Oh my gosh. Or sit up however you want it to do it. Oh my Lord. $5, guys. I am just blown away with these last two items. They were well worth it. $10 for some earbuds and a wireless speaker. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And yes, I am so happy. I'm grinning ear to ear. Thank you for, you know, hanging out with me. And if you stay till the end of the video, go ahead and pop in the comments. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, because this store, you know, amazing, and 70% off to boot. And I didn't even talk about all the rest of the store because they had so much to talk about, which I will try to do some more segments of it if you're interested in it. I know you can also purchase stuff online, and man, I'm just so glad that I went to the mall that day because I came out with all these goodies. All right, guys, with that said, like, share, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are on so you can see the next video that I put out. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.